All right, let's fire up the engines and get ready for a deep dive into the world of food trucks.
Sounds delicious. I'm ready when you are.
We're taking a close look at Damien's YouTube video. What are some things you need to consider before opening a food truck business? 30 steps.
30 steps. That's a lot to unpack.
It is, but don't worry, we're here to break it down and highlight the most important points for anyone dreaming of starting their own food truck.
It's a dream for a lot of people. So where does Damien start?
Well, he jumps right in with a point that might seem obvious but is often overlooked. Experience.
Oh, you mean like actual experience working in the food industry, not just, being a really good cook at home.
Exactly.
Oh,
Damien emphasizes that jumping into the food truck world without any prior food service experience is, well, a bit like trying to drive a food truck blindfolded.
yeah, that's not a recipe for success.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. You're dealing with a fast-paced environment, high customer expectations, and the pressure to deliver delicious food consistently.
You're also dealing with a lot of logistics and regulations.
Oh, absolutely. And let's not forget the financial aspects. Having some experience under your belt, whether it's working in a restaurant, catering, or even volunteering at food events.
It gives you a taste of what it's really like.
Right. It equips you with the skills and mental toughness you'll need to thrive in the food truck world.
So experience is key. What's next on Damien's list?
He stresses the importance of choosing the right name for your food truck. It's got to be catchy, memorable, and most importantly, available.
Oh yeah, the name game.
He recommends doing a thorough name check to avoid any trademark conflicts down the line.
Smart move. You don't want to get hit with a cease and desist letter after you've already invested in branding and signage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you've got that perfect name locked down, you'll need to tackle the, shall we say, the legal side of things.
The paperwork, licenses, permits, EINs, it can feel a bit overwhelming.
Like bureaucratic buffet.
I like that. But seriously, Damien's right. Getting all your legal ducks in a row is crucial.
It sets you up for success from a legal standpoint. Protects you in the long run. What about the money part? How do you even start to figure that out?
Damien talks about that too. He covers a range of funding options.
Okay, like what?
Well, there's the traditional route, bank loans, small business loans. Damien emphasizes the importance of having a clear repayment plan in place, to keep things professional.
Right, makes sense. So let's say you've secured the funding, you've got your name, you've got your licenses. What's next?
Damien gets into some of the more logistical aspects, like choosing the right food truck.
Oh, that's a big decision. There's so many options out there.
He talks about factors like size, layout, and equipment, and of course, making sure it meets all the necessary health and safety standards.
Now, here's something that surprised me. Damien goes into quite a bit of detail about POS systems and merchant accounts.
I thought those were mainly for brick-and-mortar businesses.
Me too. I always pictured food trucks as these cash-only operations.
Yeah.
Charmingly low-tech.
Right. But Damien argues that these systems are essential for modern food trucks.
Really? Why?
They go beyond just processing payments. They can provide valuable data about your sales, inventory, and customer preferences.
That's interesting. So it's like having a secret weapon for optimizing your business.
Exactly. It helps you make smarter decisions, track your performance, and ultimately boost your profits, which is, kind of the whole point, right?
Makes sense. Now, on to something that's probably familiar to anyone who's ever eaten at a restaurant. Health grades. Damien emphasizes getting a food handler certificate. And it's not just about passing an inspection and getting that A on the window, is it?
Definitely not. It's about demonstrating a commitment to food safety, which should be a top priority for any food business.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's more than just a piece of paper. It's about building trust with your customers and ensuring their well-being.
Like you're handling their food with the utmost care and attention to safety, and that you're following all the proper procedures.
So experience, a great name, legal groundwork, funding, technology, food safety. We've covered a lot of ground already. It's amazing how much goes into launching a successful food truck business.
Damien doesn't sugarcoat it. He gives you a realistic picture of what to expect.
Which I think is really valuable for anyone seriously considering this path.
Totally agree. It's better to be prepared than to go in blind.
All right, so we've talked about experience, the legal stuff, funding, tech, and food safety.
Yeah.
But what about the actual food? Where does the menu come in?
Damien has some great insights on menu planning, too. He stresses the importance of choosing a concept that you're passionate about, something that excites you.
Yeah, I think that's key. Your passion will shine through in everything you do.
He also talks about keeping your menu focused, not trying to be everything to everyone.
Right, that makes sense.
No.
It's better to excel at a few things than to be mediocre at a lot of things.
And he encourages food truck owners to think about their target audience. What are their needs? What are their preferences?
Like, are you targeting busy office workers looking for a quick and tasty lunch? Or are you catering to a more foodie crowd who are willing to wait a little longer for something truly special?
Exactly. And he emphasizes the importance of pricing your menu strategically, making sure you're covering your costs and making a profit.
So you're not just working your tail off for nothing.
Right. And he also talks about the importance of using high-quality ingredients.
Oh, yeah. You can't skimp on the ingredients. People can tell the difference.
He also stresses the importance of presentation, making your food look as good as it tastes.
You eat with your eyes first. All right. So we've covered experience, the legal maze, funding, tech, food safety, and menu planning. What else does Damien have in store for us?
Well, he gets into some really interesting points about the day-to-day operations of a food truck business.
Okay, like what? What should people be thinking about?
He talks about things like finding the right locations, managing your schedule, dealing with unexpected challenges.
Yeah, like a flat tire or a sudden downpour.
Exactly. And he emphasizes the importance of building relationships with your customers, your suppliers, and other food truck owners.
It's all about community.
Yeah. He also talks about the importance of marketing your food truck.
Yeah.
Getting the word out, building a buzz.
So it's not just about parking your truck and hoping people show up.
Right. You have to be proactive.
Makes sense. It sounds like Damien really covers all the bases. It's like a crash course in food truck entrepreneurship.
I think it's an invaluable resource for anyone dreaming of starting their own food truck.
Absolutely. He gives you a realistic and comprehensive overview of what it takes to succeed in this industry.
And he does it in a way that's both informative and entertaining. He's a natural storyteller.
Totally. He keeps you engaged from start to finish.
I learned a lot just from watching his video.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's inspiring to see someone so passionate about sharing his knowledge and helping others achieve their dreams.
I agree. He's a true champion for the food truck industry.
And he's got some great advice for anyone looking to join the ranks of food truck entrepreneurs.
Like what?
Well, he stresses the importance of being prepared for the challenges. Knowing that it's not always going to be easy.
There will be long days, unexpected setbacks, and probably a few burnt dishes along the way.
Right. But he also emphasizes the rewards. The satisfaction of creating something from scratch, the joy of connecting with your customers, and the freedom of being your own boss.
It's about pursuing your passion and turning your culinary dreams into a reality.
I love that. It's about more than just making money. It's about creating something special and sharing it with the world.
And it's about the journey, too. The ups and downs, the lessons learned, the memories made.
So true. It's an adventure.
And like any good adventure, it's best to be prepared.
Which is why Damien's video is such a valuable resource.
Totally. It's like a roadmap to food truck success.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into Damien's video.
We've talked about everything from experience and funding to food safety and marketing.
And we've highlighted Damien's key insights on the importance of passion, preparation, and perseverance.
I think anyone listening who's thinking about starting a food truck will have a much clearer idea of what to expect.
And hopefully they'll feel inspired to take the next step on their food truck journey.
I'm excited to see what they create.
Me too. And now it's time for us to take a little break. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with more insights from Damien's video in part 2 of this deep dive.
Can't wait.
All right, so you've got your business plan, you're working on your menu, but what about the actual food truck? Damien talks about fire inspections. I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah, it's not something that immediately springs to mind when you think about food trucks.
It seems like something you'd associate more with a brick-and-mortar restaurant.
You're right, but when you consider it, you've got a compact kitchen on wheels with all sorts of cooking equipment, gas lines, electrical wiring.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
A fire inspection makes sure that everything is up to code and functioning safely.
Minimizing the risk of hazards, right?
Exactly, protecting yourself, your team, and of course, your customers.
Okay, so let's say you've aced your inspections. Your truck is decked out, and you're ready to hit the streets. Damien has some interesting
I guess you never know when you might need to prove you're in compliance.
Right. It could be at a food truck event, a surprise health inspection, even in case of an accident.
Having all your ducks in a row document-wise can definitely save you a lot of hassle.
Now, Damien also talks about maintaining good records with your commissary kitchen.
Commissary kitchen. Can you explain what that is? I'm not sure everyone's familiar with that term.
Yeah, it's basically a shared commercial kitchen space that food trucks use for tasks that can't be done on the truck itself.
Oh, okay. Like what kind of tasks?
Things like food prep, storage, cleaning, even dishwashing.
So it's like the behind-the-scenes headquarters for your food truck operation.
Exactly. And most cities have regulations that require food trucks to operate out of a licensed commissary kitchen.
Makes sense from a health and safety standpoint.
Damien stresses the importance of keeping detailed records of your commissary kitchen usage, things like cleaning logs and inventory management.
Oh, that's a good point. It's easy to overlook those details when you're caught up in the day-to-day operations.
Speaking of inventory, Damien is a big advocate for maintaining a meticulous inventory log.
Yeah, that's inventory management 101, right?
It might seem like a no-brainer, but it's easy to let it slip when you're busy running a food truck.
But it's crucial for tracking costs, managing your budget, and ultimately maximizing your profits.
Okay, let's talk about something that might seem a little counterintuitive. Damien talks a lot about social media for food trucks. Now, I get it for brick-and-mortar restaurants trying to attract customers, but a food truck is always a mobile billboard, right?
That's true. But think of social media as your digital megaphone.
Your digital megaphone.
Yeah, it's a way to amplify your reach beyond your physical location.
I see what you mean.
You can announce your location in real time, post mouth-watering photos of your food share customer testimonials, run contests, engage with your followers.
So it's like turning your customers into your marketing team.
Exactly. A strong social media presence helps you build a community around your brand, create buzz, and attract new customers who might not otherwise stumble upon your truck.
Now, you can't run a food truck alone. Damien emphasizes the importance of building a great team, especially finding a talented chef or cook, even if you're a whiz in the kitchen yourself.
It seems counterintuitive to bring in someone else when you're probably trying to keep costs down.
I know, but Damien argues that it's an investment that can pay off big time.
So what are the benefits of having a dedicated chef?
Well, a skilled chef can bring fresh ideas to your menu, elevate the quality of your food, and handle the day-to-day operations of the kitchen.
Freeing you up to focus on other aspects of the business.
Right. Plus, collaborating with someone who shares your passion for food can make the whole journey more enjoyable.
And having an extra set of hands in the kitchen is crucial when those lunch and dinner rushes hit. Damien also highlights the importance of having a clear employee handbook.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Setting
that's
those expectations from the start.
exactly. Covering everything from food handling procedures and customer service standards to dress code and scheduling.
Makes everyone's life easier. You know, one of the things Damien said that really resonated with me is, don't sit there and force yourself to create a menu and serve food that you cannot stand.
That's so true. It's got to be about passion, right?
Absolutely. Your passion for the food you create will shine through in everything you do.
From the quality of your ingredients to the way you interact with customers.
It seems like Damien is really emphasizing the importance of having a clear vision, a strong sense of purpose, and a genuine love for what you're doing.
I think that's the secret ingredient to success in any business, but especially in the food industry.
Because it's so demanding and competitive.
But if you're truly passionate about what you're doing, it won't feel like work. It'll feel like a dream come true.
One thing that really stood out to me was Damien's focus on continuous learning.
Oh yeah, he's big on that.
He really encourages aspiring food truck entrepreneurs to, devour online resources, blogs and industry websites, anything they can get their hands on.
Stay ahead of the curve, right?
Exactly. The food scene is constantly evolving, so it's crucial to stay informed about the latest trends, marketing strategies, even culinary techniques.
There's always something new to learn.
He even mentions that there are tons of resources out there beyond his own channel.
He encourages viewers to be proactive.
Yeah, seek out information that can help them elevate their business.
It's about having that hunger for knowledge.
That drive to constantly improve and refine your craft.
And it's not just about passively absorbing information, it's about applying what you learn.
Experimenting, iterating.
Turning knowledge into action.
So true. I think we've covered a pretty comprehensive checklist for anyone dreaming of launching their own food truck empire.
From licenses and permits to menu planning and social media.
We've explored it all.
And we've highlighted Damien's key insights on the importance of experienced, meticulous planning and a genuine passion for the food you serve.
But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a final thought-provoking question inspired by Damien's wisdom.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Imagine your food truck is a roaring success. You've got lines stretching down the block, rave reviews pouring in. You're living the food truck dream.
Ah, the dream.
What's the one thing you do differently from the start, knowing what you know now?
Ooh, that's a good one. It really makes you think.
It encourages you to reflect on everything we've discussed and envision your own unique food truck journey.
What systems would you put in place? What partnerships would you forge?
What advice would you give your past self?
It's all about taking those insights, those kernels of wisdom, and applying them to your own vision.
Remember, every successful food truck journey starts with a single step, and today you've taken a giant leap forward.
So get out there, follow your passion, and let's see what deliciousness you create.
Bon appétit!